friends, Dr. Kamal Elliott here from A&E Audiology in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Today I'd like to tell you another story of a hearing smile. Have you heard of a young boy by the name of Braden Baker from Fort Worth, Texas? Well, I'd like to tell you about him. So Braden was born with hearing loss and he wears 2 hearing aids. Unfortunately, his family dog got a hold of his hearing aids and chewed them up, and his parents had to replace them, got another set, and a few months later, the dog got a hold of the new set and chewed them up. So Braden's parents sat him down and had a talk with him and said, hey, look, Braden, hearing aids are so expensive. You're lucky that we've been able to replace yours, but there are a lot of people out there that have a need that can't afford hearing aids, and so you really need to be a little more careful. Braden is a big fan of Ellen. He and his family watch Ellen every day when he gets home from school. And so Braden thought, well, let me see what would Ellen do. He decided to start a GoFundMe campaign so that he could raise some money to help another person get hearing aids. And one thing led to another, and Braden was able to raise almost $20,000. And he came to present that to Oticon Hearing Foundation, and that's where I met Braden. When Oticon Hearing Foundation received the check from Braden, they said to me, well, on your next humanitarian trip, we would like to give you 100 hearing aids on behalf of Braden's contribution. And I was just so deeply touched by that I invited Braden to go on a humanitarian trip with us so that he could see his funds in action. And so this is Braden here, and you might have seen him. If you want to look him up, he was on Ellen. She saw his video on GoFundMe, invited him to be a guest, and after that the funds just kept coming in, and now he's raised over $100,000 to help people in need. We really need more people like Braden, more children like Braden. So Braden and I went to Guatemala with his family, with his mother and his grandmother, in 2017 over his birthday, and we got to see a lot of hearing smiles. A hearing smile is when we fit hearing aids on somebody who hasn't heard before, or maybe hasn't heard in a really long time, and when we turn them on, there's just like a beautiful light that comes into their eyes, into their face, and their whole body reacts in a beautiful and positive way, and we call that a hearing smile. So Braden got to see his first hearing smile. He was so excited, and since then we've been on several trips together. We're planning more trips in the future, and I just want to say that, you know, hearing loss is something that really isolates people. When we go on these trips, and I remember in Guatemala we met a lady by the name of Inez, and Inez had hearing loss for over 40 years. And she was trying to get help, but there were no means to get help in her community. So when we came along, we fit her with hearing aids, and when we turned them on, there was not a dry eye in the whole room. And soon she began to sing that there is joy, joy, joy in my heart. Hearing aids, treating hearing loss does help to bring joy into people's hearts. And a lot of patients come in here, they postpone coming in for a year, 5 years. The average is about 7 years actually, and I've had patients who've waited 20 years to get help for their hearing. I encourage you to call our office. There should be a number below. You can text us, you can email us. Come in and talk to one of our doctors of audiology so we can properly diagnose your hearing loss and tell you what some options are so that you too can have joy, joy, joy in your heart. Thank you.